Good morning, YouTube. It's 5:38 plus 3 minutes, give or take. 5:42. Oh shit, we're adding 4 minutes. Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. I'm probably working on a lost cause right now, but I'm trying to get over to the front of GYR3 and see if I can catch the food truck that has the bomb-ass $1 deep fried chimichangas. I am craving that so bad. Yeah, I got a green left arrow, dude. I'm so close, but yet so far. 71st and Buckeye, so a half mile, hook a right on 75th, and then another mile, make a left on Van Buren, half mile, make a right on 79th. The Saturn clock gives me false hope, because I can look at that and I'm like, oh, it's only 5:40, he doesn't leave till like 5:45, but then I remember that, like, oh, there's like 3 or 4 minutes on that. I still haven't found the installation kit. I did see the stereo that Rob gave me. I did see that while I was cleaning my desk. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, where did I put it? I don't remember. Maybe I've misplaced it again. I don't know. Even if I do find all the stuff to install a better stereo in this car, I ain't doing it this weekend while it's 117 degrees. Screw that. So I picked up another gig from Wonolo. The pay is kind of crappy. I think it's only like $14 an hour. Hey, there's the Target warehouse that I kept hearing everybody at Amazon was leaving. That was quote unquote right up the road, right there on the right. I remember a couple of ways people were saying that they were leaving and going there, but then I remember people coming back and saying, oh, working for Target sucks. Not worth the extra pay. So, who knows? Of course, so many people say that Amazon is the worst possible place to work for. And other than the situation in which I let go, which I feel was completely done by an algorithm, other than that, I really liked it there. I mean, granted, there was some bullshit. There was some bullshit. And then last night, I was so pissed off at Kevin, I was ready to throw the Kindle at him. I looked at the Kindle and looked at the cracks that, oh man, I forget his name. The goofball I sometimes rode the Van Buren bus with at the prison tat. Damn if I can remember his name. Yeah, he had been just tossing it like a toy and cracked the screen, and I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, this poor Kindle's been through enough this week. What time does the iPhone say it is? 5:46. I might have my chimichangas. This is the first time I've tried to drive from HelloFresh over to GYR3, and holy crap, like I knew it was close, but wow. It just feels so weird driving by here now. I'm so bummed the Brazilian woman that I had been kind of hanging out with and I mean, she let me drive her car a couple of times from my place over to 20th Street and Thomas. I'm so bummed that she seemed so excited when she saw me when Katrina and I drove over here. Katrina wanted to see this guy that she was crushing on, and then she spent the whole time hiding in the bus shelter thing, which to me was hysterical. But yeah, no, I found her exactly where I thought she would be on break 2. And she's just lit up and seems so happy to see me. And I gave her my karaoke card. I just hoped that she lost it. I really figured I'd hear back from her. And now I'm like, why didn't I ask for her number? That's the first thing that Katrina asked me too. She's like, why did you get her number? I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm dumb like that. So worried I'll lose it. And of course, you know, I mean, everybody got smartphones. Like, why didn't I just type it in right there and save it on my iPhone? That would have been the thing to do. Oh yes, the food truck is here. Whoa. Reserve parking for expectant mothers. Yeah, I'm not parking. I'm just staying here for a second. I don't know why I was thinking they're $1, they're $2. I don't care. I've been craving these so bad. I got 3 of them. And threw the guy a $1 tip. You know, he was asking where he totally asked where I've been. He's like, you haven't been around. Where you been? It's like, I quit or I got fired, depending on on what paperwork you look at. You know what? I'm not sure exactly how Amazon classifies job abandonment. I should look at that stuff. For the longest time, I had it open in a tab on the computer at home, and obviously at this point, like, that's been lost. And hopefully, I can find it in my Firefox browser history. I feel like I got some emails from them around that time. If I go search in my inbox through May. The nice thing about having this stupid vlog, at least I can floor through it and try to figure out what day did that happen. Let me find it. Look at the vlog from that day. Oh, there we go. It'll be in my inbox there. Oh, and she is there. I gotta go say hi. I just have to. Oh, this is one of those moments. What can I say? Before I forget it, her name is Patricia. I don't know why that's been so hard for me to remember. 5:55 on the Saturn clock. What's the iPhone say? 5:58. It's back to a 3-minute difference. Tell you one thing I don't miss. All these stupid speed bumps. I don't miss them in the slightest. In fact, I kind of forgot how annoying they are. Kind of rough on this poor old car suspension. So she didn't seem nearly as enthused to see me this last time. Oh well, sad about me. And the next time I come here to get burritos, if I see her, the chimichangas, that's all the same thing, kind of. If I see her sitting there, I'll probably just keep on driving. Oh well. Somebody left an unopened bag of chips sitting on the table over there. Don't want that to go to waste. I don't know if I've ever bought that brand before. Paqui, A-A-Q-U-I. Zesty salsa verde. Sounds delicious. Alright, that's not a parking spot full. Oh, look at that maneuver. Wow. The last time I walked down the street, there was a little shanty along the side that smell of fentanyl coming out of it. It was further down. Funny, I probably drove past that all the time. I just never noticed it. I should probably check Google traffic before I get on I-10 since it's straight up 6 o'clock. And of course, I'm all out of data on Mint Mobile, so it might not refresh before I get onto I-10. Enough to show me what the traffic's like. And I don't know how or why, other than I must have inadvertently turned it on and my, like, opened the screen in my pocket. because it was nearly full, I think, when I got there today. But Obamaphone 5, which has service on it, is completely dead. Ooh, I-10 is not looking so good right now. Oh, and my map just went blank. That's fabulous. It's not looking as bad as it could be. Why are these people not going? Wow. Can't believe the guy in the front like waited that long to turn left. I wonder if he was waiting for a green left arrow or something. Oh, and there's somebody walking to the bus stop for the northbound 75. I am so glad that is not me. And on that note, if I did have to take the bus to HelloFresh, and to be saving the bus commute that I did when I was trying to, all those trips I took back and forth to the Amazon right across the street when I had my, I don't think it's right to call it an interview, but the whole hiring intake, this mass hiring thing that they did that I went to. And it seems like I went back there twice because I was having issues figuring out how to get my safety shoes purchased. Like, I just couldn't seem to make the damn website work. And the funny thing is, when I had my first day, which was all pretty much, it was almost all just looking at videos and looking at things on a tablet. There wasn't hardly any work until maybe the last hour or 2 hours of the day. I do remember Lyrica was my learning ambassador. I wonder how he's doing. Glad he came to the conclusion that he's a he, because that was a little awkward. God, that was a little over a year ago, because that would have been June, Pride Month last year. And my gut feeling is that is probably the HR, just knowing how woke Amazon likes to be. I would imagine that's probably the incident that got Africa No Bottoms fired. Speaking of that, I did work tonight with the guy that I've been calling Africa No Bottoms 2.0, and I got a great reminder of what the manager who got fired from GOIR3 that he totally reminds me of in all too many ways. The thing that reminded me of it couldn't have been more weirdly coincidental and bizarre. The guy that I've referred to as Africa No Bottoms, his name was Derek. I could not, for the life of me yesterday, remember his name. But when I got back today and saw the HR, or I don't know if I want to say HR guy, but the representative for Wonolo, basically my HR, since I'm not there working directly for HelloFresh. I actually hung out with him pretty much the entire second lunch break. That guy's cool as fuck. And I kind of felt he was cool as fuck just by the way everything went down yesterday, when this guy was like wanting him to talk to me, but not wanting me removed. And he even said, so that's really weird. I've never had it go down this way. Like, usually they want somebody gone, they want me to get them gone, and they tell me why. But anyway, I had a great talk with him, and I don't even want to relate all of it, but it was talking about Wonolo, talking about HelloFresh, talking about the incident last night, and talking about cars. Got completely off the subject of work, which was cool. And specifically like electric cars, modern cars, a lot of stuff about cars. His name is Derek. And I had mentioned to him yesterday, when I didn't even know his name, that yeah, this guy reminds me of this guy, I mean, just to a T of this guy I had to deal with Amazon, that would push my buttons in the same way. So that guy got fired not long after an incident where I yelled at him, like, loudly, in front of all kinds of managers above him and below him. No issues, by the way, with Africa No Bottoms 2.0, which at some point I decided to refer to him as Coming to America. At one point he came over and was trying to give a pep talk, but he still sounds like he's barking orders and complaining. I don't know, maybe it's just the accent. But even him coming over and being trying to be positive had him just, the way he did it just still kind of sounded negative. And when he did it and I looked over, his profile, the way his facial hair is, looks a lot like Eddie Murphy when he was younger in the movie Coming to America. And like his accent is almost spot on for the way, like the voice and everything for the character. I forget the name of the character, but the prince or the king or whatever that, he's a prince at that time that Eddie Murphy plays. And it was just like, and I said that, and I think a couple people caught the reference, and then a couple people thought that was horribly inappropriate. I'm like, haven't you seen the Eddie Murphy movie? I'm like, and then I realized, yeah, I'm that much older than everybody else here. That movie came out probably before they were all born. I feel like he genuinely was trying to avoid me tonight, because it was obvious that I was working my ass off, and was probably the most, one of the most productive person when I was in a line in his area. And I was kind of doing things the way he wanted me to do it and kind of not. So I don't know what they call the people that are below him, but still above what I am. I mean, that position would have been called PA or process assistant at Amazon. There seems to be a very similar hierarchy in everything for the way HelloFresh is run to the way Amazon is run. Right down to different uniforms and safety vests with colors on it to designate who is what. Like everybody at my level is wearing a white jacket that HelloFresh provides. But it seems like everybody that's kind of directing us, but is underneath area manager. Yeah, Coming to America, he's an area manager, and even it says area manager on the back of his vest, which has red stripes exactly the same as the Amazon ones. Interestingly enough, the area manager vest for Amazon on the back, I think it just says leadership. Can I help you? Or something like that, which is good, like to kind of direct people to, that are new, because there's so much turnover at Amazon. It's like, oh, it says on the vest, can I help you? That's the guy asked for help. It was quite a while that I worked there before I noticed the difference between the red striped vests and the orange striped vests. It looked like the same color to me. It really did. For the longest time, I just assumed anybody who wasn't wearing the same vest as I was more important than I was, and I couldn't have been more wrong about that. Anyway, the guys that seem to be like low-level leadership, doing a job comparable to what PAs would do at Amazon, they're all wearing similar jackets to the ones that I'm wearing, but they're black. The jackets, not the people. Although some of them are. In fact, the one that was there, that was in the black vest, who was a black guy, totally had my back. And as soon as Coming to America walked away, he's just like, dude, just ignore that guy. He's a fucking idiot. which is what like everybody used to say about Derek over at Amazon, and he was there for such a flash in the pan compared to me. I don't think he was there for more, I don't know, 6 weeks at best. In fact, that another thing. If I was to go back for my vlogs from a year ago, I could probably figure out when he got there or when he left. I can't hate on the guy. I think he was very crucial into getting me put into forklift driver training. I mean, would I have got there without him? Yeah, maybe. Probably, eventually. I think Sean would have eventually made that happen for me. But I feel like Derek was very influenced. It was really weird how that all went down. Like, after I yelled at him that time, how he was just like he actually came, oh shit, I'm in the wrong lane. I guess I'm going this way. Man, it's not like me to make a mistake like this. And you know what? Never. I don't need to eat breakfast over at St. Vincent de Paul because I still got one more chimichanga. And oh God, have I been craving these? But I think I do want to drive through the zone right now. Get a little video driving through the zone. And I feel a whole lot more comfortable driving with the camera rolling than I do walking with the camera. You know, and I think I forgot, with all the videos I shot yesterday, I think I forgot to mention that when I was walking in to get breakfast, between the guy that referred to me and say, hey, this guy knows what's up, that I ended up doubling back and asking him, you know, hey, what time does St. Vincent de Paul serve breakfast? Because mostly I just didn't want to do all that walking if it was going to be, you know, several hours. And it wasn't worth my while to stay. I think it exit Jefferson Street. But anyway, after, and he told me, like, I was helpful. I kind of find it amusing how he's got his little junk store set up right there on the corner of 11th and right there in the corner of the Andre House there at 11th and 11th and Jackson. Anyway, about another walk north, because, you know, I had to go around to the main gate into the Human Services campus. So right when I got to the corner of 11th and Madison, there was somebody with like a professional quality camera, and then another person that was clearly with him, and that piqued my interest. And so I asked him, you know, who he was taking pictures for, or if he was, I think I asked him if he was with local news. And he said that no, he was with the Washington Post. So that's pretty freaking cool. I do read, I mean, obviously I'm not getting the newspaper, assuming it's even still in print, but I do go to their website from time to time. I think I actually subscribe to their emails. I kind of regret doing that, but every now and then, I mean, they tend to kind of have a left-wing lean, but whatever. I can get by the bias and still get the news out of their articles. And every now and then, one of the headlines that they I can't even call it spam because I signed up for it, but every now and then I'll get one of their headlines that looks interesting, and sometimes I can't read the whole article. I get hit with a paywall, and sometimes the links go to the full article. I don't really understand how that works. But it says 15th. I think this is 15th. No, this is. I should know this is 17th. If I was looking at the left side, it would have been obvious it's 17th. That's fine. I can get where I'm going from 17th, I think. Anyway, I had a great conversation with him, and I asked if he was going to go to the courthouse and cover the hearing. And he was very aware that it was going on, but he said that he was going to be trying to get a lot of pictures of the cleanup, that Phoenix was doing another cleanup. And I can't remember if it was happening later yesterday or today. I feel like it was happening today, and in fact I think it might actually be starting now. Anyway, I'm just gonna drive through, see what I see. I already had my breakfast. I got one chimichanga left. And maybe if I turn up KTR, I can catch some news about it as well.
We'll hear from the judge within 60 days with the city of Phoenix and the plaintiffs having to get their final paperwork in by August 11th. Real quickly, I wanted to play.
That was right on cue.
Speaking of business owners, this is Freddie Brown Jr. He is the president of PDF Manufacturing. It is a casket manufacturing business that's been in the area the zone sprouted up in. They've been there since 1974, and he says more people are there now than ever.
It is not clear. Actually, it has gotten worse because a lot of the people they're displacing are moving around where my building is. So we actually have a higher concentration.
And that is because of probably this.
They provide services for anybody that they're going to displace, but if the people refuse services, they are allowed just to take their stuff somewhere else.
And that somewhere else is often just across the street or a couple of blocks away. 6:19 now at KTAR. And it's time for a tech check with Kim Commando.
Today, the unbelievable story about the Amazon delivery driver and the racist Ring doorbell. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by RoboKiller. Download the RoboKiller app for iOS or Android and get 20% off with code KIM20. You can't make this stuff up. Amazon owns Ring doorbells. While delivering a package to a Baltimore customer, an Amazon driver claimed that when he rang the Ring doorbell, he was greeted with a racist slur. Without notifying the customer, Amazon promptly turned off the customer's doorbells, security cams, and his Amazon Echo account, and would not reinstate it all for more than a week. Now get this. Security footage proved it was the doorbell itself that spoke to the driver. It simply said, "Excuse me, can I help you?" And the driver was wearing earbuds at the time. The homeowner uses Amazon products to power his entire smart home, all disabled for that week. He's reevaluating his reliance on Amazon, and that's for good cause. Hey, stay tech smart the easy and fun way with my free newsletter at getkim.com.
And make sure you listen for Kim Commando Sunday afternoons.
I've lost my reliance on Amazon, but anyway.
Live from the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
Thank you, sir. A pretty good-looking commute underway right now, Jim. I am seeing some brake lights on the 10 in the West Valley, but that's the only freeway I'm seeing that's getting any. Slowing a little spot of it anyway through Litchfield Road, but most of it comes together that you're going to get in a patch here is from 91st Avenue, just approaching into 67th Avenue. Again, it's an extra 2 to 3 minutes to your ride in total. You can handle it.
Oh, God, I just turned to the right and saw his ass.
We do have a natural gas leak, though, that was reported.
Ew, I can't unsee that. Gross.
Heads up for that, and also we had an earlier issue.
If you're going to sag, at least wear some boxers.
Vehicle 303 at the interchange to the I-10 eastbound. That is still in the clearing stages. Dietrich Dan, this traffic report brought to you by Dolphin Pools. Enter to win a free pool at Dolphin Pools. Since 1984, we build affordable luxury pools. Now with a new East Valley location, visit dolphinpools.us.
So we have a road closed sign here on 9th Avenue between Madison and Jefferson. I wonder what's up with that. I was looking for an older woman that I had an interesting conversation with yesterday named Tracy, but I didn't see her.
Disrupting traditional real estate, put it politely, but in a positive way too, making you more money, making the whole process easier, more convenient, less intrusive. JB West here, by the way. The goal of 72 Sold is to change the way America sells homes.
Wow, nice purple truck.
Prove their program works. In fact, an independent study in the first quarter of this year found the more than 9,000 home sellers that use 72 Sold got an average of 9.1% more than
It's like the
their local MLS.
looks like the Eastgate is not open yet.
Real estate partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. In fact, make sure you get tickets to the
It's the old guys on the walkers I feel really bad for. Even if they are on drugs, those guys are probably on drugs because they need the pain and can't get actual pain medication.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coating and their transformation. Like your neighbor Mike. Well, a local company that we use first was highly recommended by people who did not know they just healed up like a cheap suit. And so my wife says we got to do something.
A whole lot of people in front of Justice Center. That's probably what's going on. Allison said Justice Center is for people that are 55 and over. As kind of a day place to hang out in the daytime. Well, I think I've seen 2 tents so far giving away Lifeline phones. I don't see the city of Phoenix there getting ready to do any cleanup, although I do find it interesting that that block of block of 9th Avenue is closed off the way it is. So maybe that's the block they're getting ready to clean up. I would actually expect, and usually people know what block it's going to be in advance, and I would expect there to be a lot less people on that block if they know what's happening today. But it's possible some of them just stay right to the point that the police show up and tell them they have to move and move them. I don't know. I can't think if I was squatting in a makeshift tent or something like that. As soon as I found out that it was going to be a cleanup on Wednesday, I'd probably start moving my shit on Monday. South Central Light Rail Extension. Just barely saw the sign there. I couldn't read anything other than that on it.
Good morning. It is 6:24 and 92 degrees in Paradise Valley. I'm Jamie West. The monsoon's expected to come to life in the valley in the next week or two.
6:24 and 92 degrees.
With the National Weather Service says we had a slight chance of getting
6:24 a.m. and 92 degrees.
Came up empty.
The moisture came in yesterday, but those high pressure.
I just love Phoenix.
Strong to allow very many storms to develop. Now it's actually going to dry out through the rest of the week.
Phoenix hasn't had rain since March 22nd.
KTAR.
Wow, and speaking of the heat, I've been driving slow around the zone, and my temperature gauge is higher than I want it to be.
Earlier this year, the Gila River
I should have been paying
Indian
attention to
agreed to
that.
contribute some of its own water rights to lessen the burden on the depleted Colorado River. Gila River Governor Stephen Roe Lewis says tribes bring unique perspectives on water conservation.
We're in a new
Damn
normal
it.
where we're going to have to deal with less water on the Colorado River, and we have to look at ways where we start to be in this mind frame of conserving water. This is an important step forward in that.
The agreement netted the Gila River Indian community $150 million federal dollars, as well as funding for a pipeline project that'll now
Busy watching all the tents and changes in the zone. I wasn't watching my
zone in downtown Phoenix has now ended, but no decision yet.
watching my
Meanwhile,
temperature gauge at all.
At 6:26, here's Detour Dan live from the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
Thanks, Jim. As far as freeways go, it's just the I-10 so far in the eastbound direction. Coming in west side, that's the one that's got the brake lights. And I'm finding little pockets of them in several spots that stretch as far back as Bullard for a point A, all the way into about 7th Avenue, just approaching the Deck Park Tunnel. Now, as impressive as that may sound, these are small pockets of slow and go. In total, only an extra 4 to 5 minutes from one end to the other, all the way back from Bullard into the 51. If you
I was pretty shocked at how quick I got through the I-10 into downtown.
We do have a crash reported over at 79th Avenue and Glendale, and still working US 60 pilot vehicle taking traffic, taking turns, alternating with just one lane getting through between mile marker 300 and mile marker 303 between Globe and Sholo for the Flying V Fire. You still could use the 87 to the 260, but you could just wait it out, bring some snacks. This traffic report, it is brought to you by Red Mountain Weight Loss, introducing a revolutionary new weight loss medication, Revelex. No shots, no side effects, just results. Schedule your appointment at Red Mountain Weight Loss and lose up to 15 pounds per month with Revelex. Teacher Dan, KTAR News.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 113, but hotter still than that coming up this weekend. Well, details on that in a few right now. Your weather's brought to you by Howard Air. And in for Sarah Gazelle, here's Fred Khalil at the Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical Sports Desk.
Good morning, Jim. Last night's Major League Baseball All-Star Game showcased some of the Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll got the start and a nice ovation in his hometown of Seattle. Carroll finished.
Saw Waymo on the right, but I couldn't tell with the sun glare on the windshield if it had a human driver or not. Damn, I always forget that as a stop sign and not a yield sign. Always seemed to me like that should be a yield. Although a lot of Phoenix drivers don't know how to yield, so that could be problematic.
For those of you with astigmatism, severe nearsightedness, thin corneas, or dry eyes, the Schwartz Laser Eye Center has locations in Mesa, Scottsdale, and Glendale. Call 480-483-EYES or online at teameydoc.com for a free vision correction consultation.
God, I wish I had the money for that.
That's what we do with America's Home Pros. We repair.
It is such a struggle to read the numbers on the boxes at HelloFresh. That's like my biggest struggle working there.
If your AC is over 10 years old, Parker & Sons has state-of-the-art.
The temperature gauge is already down to where it should be. All it took was just picking up the speed. Moving a little air through the radiator. It's good to know the cooling system works. It's just the fan problem. As long as there's air going through the radiator, it does its job well. Ooh, I just saw on the digital billboard, 97 degrees. I like those when they show the giant temperature with the orange background.
Don't let bugs ruin your summer fun.
Arizona's breaking news and traffic. KTAR News on 92.3 FM.
It's 6:30. Good morning. Thanks for listening to Arizona's Morning News. I'm Jim Sharp.
And I'm Jamie West. Sick of the extreme heat?
Yeah.
We feel your pain.
It's hard to say when exactly the heat will really break.
In fact, you really don't want to make any outdoor plans for the weekend. That story after a check of traffic with Detour Dan.
And the trial over the zone in downtown Phoenix wrapped up with closing arguments yesterday.
Let the city keep doing this good thing without the burden of further court action.
But the attorney for the businesses suing the city accused Phoenix of foolishly not enforcing the law.
And this caused the problem to grow, tent after tent after tent.
We have expanded coverage of our top story.
Nice.
KTAR News. Focus on homelessness.
The two-day trial, which came with a court-ordered cleanup of the large homeless camp called The Zone, is over. But the judge's decision isn't expected for sometime within the next 60 days anyway. Let's get the latest now live from KTAR's Jim Cross.
Yeah, Jamie, the attorney representing Phoenix, Justin Pierce, told Judge Scott Blaney that the city understands the plight of the business owners, but it's on a path to having the zone cleared.
There's no reasonable argument that could be made that the city's not enforcing the law in the area.
Bullshit.
It is. The numbers prove that to be true.
Meanwhile, attorney Stephen Tilley represents the business owners who sued the city for not enforcing.
Walking down Madison and breathing proves it's not.
Business owners waited another 9 months. Phoenix says it will need to clean up the zone.
The city claims it's going to clean block by block and by block by block. The city means one side of the street every 3 weeks, except it took a month off for June. But don't worry. The city says, we're going to catch up.
Now, the judge again expected to make the decision on the zone within 60 days. Live at the News Center, Jim Cross, KTAR News.
Before the trial ended, the court...
Y'all just saw me drive through it. You're free to draw your own conclusions.
In gray areas like homeless camps.
The direction that is given to him, to the officers and myself, is if the individual has received an assessment and been offered adequate and appropriate shelter, then we will do enforcement.
The city plans to clear another block today. KTAR's Ballin Overstolz will be there. Find more in-depth coverage on homelessness in the valley at ktar.com/homeless.
At 6:33, here's the ground.
Oh, hey, I did have something interesting happen today at work. Other than the odd, clear avoidance of coming to America, a.k.a. Africa no bottoms too, just making a point to not speak to me at all, even though I was working right here in his area. Such a deja vu of Derek at Amazon. Damn, I got a paper in my back pocket. This will be my other back pocket.
As this dangerous heat wave is set to get even worse. Today will be mostly sunny with a high of 113. There's a 10% chance for storms. Then highs end up near 118 this weekend. I'm ABC 15 meteorologist Iris Hermosillo.
At 6:34, it is 91 degrees in Peoria. Phoenix Texas run at a record continues. It'll likely be the 13th day in a row at 110 degrees or more. Chris Coolman with the National Weather Service says the record is 18 consecutive days in 1974, which we are on course to tie Monday and break Tuesday.
Part of it is because we stay dry, so the humidity is not here. That allows the temperatures to really get hotter. We don't have any cloud cover.
This weekend will bring the hottest temperatures at 118 both days. The top prosecutor in Maricopa County says it's business as usual after a recent executive order from the governor stripping Arizona county attorneys from prosecuting abortion cases.
Rachel Mitchell tells Arizona PBS she worries the order stripping an elected official of their powers could lead to issues in the long run.
This is a government of...
Yeah, that doesn't seem legal whatsoever.
...laws in the state, and we have done that. It involves the legislature and the governor, or a referral to the people. And it cannot be governed by just one person's decision.
Mitchell says she's confident in her belief that the order is overreaching and against the law, adding she's ready to go to court if necessary. Taylor Tessler, KTAR News.
Arizona votes, Republicans in Arizona.
Yeah, there's no way that that's going to survive the Arizona Supreme Court. But I'm sure Katie Hobbs will push it that far. I'm sure she will.
Which has helped them gain ground in previous elections.
The Democrats have been a lot better than we've been at the actual ground game of getting out to vote.
He explains at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many people you have registered to vote.
They've also been better at putting out more electable candidates.
Rolling through Amazon, looking at Prime Day deals. Well, scammers may be looking to take advantage of you. Big shopping days like
Yeah, and one of the biggest scammer is Amazon itself. Saw a post on the Amazon FC subreddit showing two screenshots, one of an item and what its price was like a few days ago, and one showing what its Prime Day price is, and they've raised the price for Prime Day, but they've changed the website to reflect that this is the sale price and it was this higher price, but that's bullshit. It was a lower price and they've straight up raised it for Prime Day. You know, and I think I covered something similar to this on my vlog where I'm sure I mentioned it, but it was probably something I only mentioned in passing and might not have even finished talking about it when I started talking about it. But I do remember, this maybe about a year ago, maybe more like a year and a half ago, I used to, and I don't even think the program even exists anymore, or maybe my Gmail has just decided it's spam because I stopped looking at it. But I did sign up for a program on Amazon called Treasure Truck. And the way Treasure Truck works, up until the pandemic, was there would be a truck reasonably near where I live that would be selling one item at a rock bottom, way below retail price. And you would get an email letting you know when it was going to be there, where it was going to be, and you could order it and then go to this truck and pick it up. I saw some of those things and I considered it. I never did actually go to one. So I don't know exactly, hey, look, there's a Waymo camp there. Oh yeah, it's just chilling by itself. Oh, and the big white short bus thingy is gone. Dang, I was wanting to stop and take down its license plate number and VIN number and any numbers that happen to be on that orange tag. It's possible it's been impounded already. Or it's possible whoever owned it realized that, ooh, I better not just leave it there any longer. So I better wrap up the story because I'm dang near home. So anyway, the treasure truck thing, once pandemic happened, it started just being basically a glorified email with a link to a deal and they shipped it to you. It ended up being very similar to another program they used to have back in the day called the Gold Box. I used to get a lot of really good deals in my Gold Box. In fact, I bought a lot of DVD and Blu-ray box sets, some of which I still haven't to this day opened. But I collect that stuff and I love that stuff. It's all good. Maybe I should be trying to flip some of those now that I need more money. if things aren't looking, you know, I want to say if things aren't looking better, but things are already looking better. I got a Wonolo gig booked for Thursday night at some place in Mesa, just doing general labor. Hey, I'm doing janitorial work. I don't give a shit. As long as I keep working, I'm going to just keep working. Oh, speaking of keeping working, they did have reps for the several of the different temp agencies or whatever you want to call them that HelloFresh uses to hire people. And apparently manpower.com or just Manpower is one of the biggest ones. There's information specifically to HelloFresh there. And I've been just kind of talking to people in the building, and a lot of people are saying, yeah, go, you know, it's a decision. Well, which one do I go with? A lot of people saying Manpower. Manpower is a better one to be with. So anyway, I walked up and I'm just like, yeah, it's my third day here with Wonolo. This is okay. I said, you know, who would I talk to? You know, and so I talked to the rep, and I was like, well, he goes, well, yeah, if you want to go through us, go ahead and grab that card. And I said, well, do you guys do hiring for other warehouses? He goes, oh yeah, we place people in all kinds of warehouses. I said, well, that's cool. I said, because I've got about a year experience as a forklift operator. And just the expression on his face just instantly changed, because he was kind of looking at his phone, not paying much attention to me. And as soon as I said a year experience as forklift operator, he just perked right up and looked directly at me. He's like, oh, hey, let me get your name and phone number. So that's kind of exciting, kind of positive. So back to the treasure truck thing. Windshield thing in place, by the way. Back to the treasure truck. And they continue to call it treasure truck, even though it really wasn't treasure truck anymore. I did end up buying some smart bulbs. I don't know what the hell happened to them. Priscilla thoroughly abused the one that I put in the living room, and I put it away somewhere. And I think I got 4 of them. And I looked online to see what they regularly sold for, and it was a smoking deal that they had, and I thought those were neat. And had money was not nearly as tight then as it is now, so yeah, I got those, and that was pretty freaking awesome. And sometimes I would look at stuff, and it had been quite a while since anything actually came out that I was interested in. But this one day, I get the email and I look at it, and I don't even look at it all the time, but I looked at it. And it was for this kind of novelty Bluetooth speaker. I forget the brand name, like Mini Booms or something silly like that. Little novelty Bluetooth speaker shaped like Jack Skellington. Kind of crudely shaped like Jack Skellington. But I collect a lot of stuff. But one of the more specific random collections I have, like I collect a lot of like movie and pop culture memorabilia. And one of the notable collections I have is of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, and that looked like it would be something cool to add to that collection, and I was kind of in the market for a small Bluetooth speaker. So and it was reasonably inexpensive, but the treasure truck page didn't really give much in the way of product information. I mean, if I'm buying some kind of a audio device, I want to see more than just a picture. Yeah, it kind of looks like Jack Skellington. It's a licensed Nightmare Before Christmas thing. Cool, whatever. Price pretty cheap. Cool, but usually the Amazon page has a lot more information than this. So I figure, well, whatever. I'll just Google and see if I can find some other website that has the specs on it. Yeah, I found another website that had the specs on it, just the regular Amazon.com product page for it. It had all the specs, and the specs were pretty crappy, which is kind of be expected from a small novelty Bluetooth speaker. But that's not what's important right now. What got my attention even more than the specs was that the regular price for a person who wasn't signed up for Treasure Truck, that just went on Amazon.com, not logged in, as a not logged in, just random person going to Amazon.com via Google, a Google search, the price was something like $6 or $7 cheaper than what is supposed to be a great deal. Treasure Truck price just for you. We're going to give you extra savings. And the reality was they're going to charge me extra money. I might have actually went and unsubscribed at that point. I don't remember. But I certainly, if I'm not unsubscribed, that was the end of me looking at it. I'm like, wow, fuck you, Amazon. That's some shady practices there. So yeah, I'm not in the slightest, even if I did have money right now, I'm not in the slightest bit interested in Prime Day. You know what I am interested though, and I'm not getting, is when I went to get my burrito, I saw somebody wearing the brand new 2023 Prime Day t-shirt, and it looks pretty damn cool. And I wasn't working there to get one yesterday, so that's all right. I've still got my Prime Day shirts from 2022, which I did work, and I also have one for 2021, which I did not work. But there's always times when they're giving away just random old shirts. Hey, who wants some free shirts? This guy, give me free shirts. I don't give a shit what's on it. Give me free shirts. Well, I should say I do give a shit what's on it. There are some things I wouldn't wear, but yeah, any Amazon crap, of course I would wear that. Speaking of Amazon Prime shirts, I did see somebody today at HelloFresh wearing an Amazon Day 2022 shirt. I wanted to comment, no, that's a great shirt, I got that one. but that person kind of seemed to be in their own world and not somebody that wished to be talked to, so I just kind of admired it in passing and went about my way. Anyway, I'm home. I don't know why I'm so wired right now, but I really need to get my ass to sleep. Thanks for coming with on the ride. Hope y'all enjoyed the update on the zone. Can't believe, well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I honestly thought that what was happening the last 2 days, I thought that they already had the trial and they had given orders, and then what was happening in court the last couple days. And of course I should know better that something like this wouldn't take 2 days, but a trial would. But I thought what was going to happen in court was actually a enforcement, like a show cause type hearing. And no, this was definitely the trial. So it's not unusual for a judge to take something under advisement for a month. But then again, I've had judges tell me they were going to take something under advisement for a week or a couple of weeks and then issue an order the next day or a couple of days later. So, but I would imagine, I mean, 2 days of evidence, that's a lot of shit for a judge to pour over. It's going to be very interesting to see what the judge orders. And in the meantime, I do think I want to see if Ken is still handling electronic records and see if he can hook me up with digital media of what happened the last 2 days in the Maricopa County Superior Court. I do intend to look into the legalities of posting that stuff on my YouTube channel, because if I can, I would really like to. Because I do know there are some people that follow my channel for information about this, regardless of how poorly and crudely I present it. Just because I'm on the street, I'm there, you know, and going more in depth. Definitely want to try to get that. Of course, I can't be spending a lot of money on it, and sometimes those CDs are pretty expensive. But I don't know. Even if it is a bit, I don't feel so bad at the thought of putting that on a credit card. I really, really want that. Anyway, thanks for coming on with me on the drive, and there, of course, will be more. At some point, I'm going to have to take a break because I'm going to be so ridiculously behind by the time I get this posted. But anyway, thanks for watching.